consistency. Yeah, that's the master key. In my mind's I see, unlocks my legacy. You know it ain't easy.
Hey there, Cancer. Thank you so much for tuning back into Prana. This is going to be your April 2020 reading. Now, before we get into the reading, I just want to let you know that I did a little intro video for those of you who are new to energy readings, so that you may be able to, watch this without too many questions in your head and properly understand what's going on, especially with regards to the energies and, certain types of lingo that I use when I read. Now, we're going to start off with the energies that I was shown by Archangel Gabriel, who is the Archangel of the water element. But before we begin, let's do a small prayer. Divine Creator, we thank you so much for this beautiful day. I ask that as I read today, I may be able to communicate messages of love, light, healing, and for the highest good of everyone watching. This is for the sign of Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Okay, so what I'm going to do today is something a bit different. So after I tell you what I saw during my meditative session, we're going to start with some oracles that I wrote down. I hope you can see them. But let's start with the meditative session. So basically what happened when I was meditating on your energy was Archangel Gabriel showed me this vision of you being in a boat. You were in a boat, and it was circling. It was going around and around and around and around. It basically you couldn't find your way. Like, you were not able to go straight or find your course. Like, you just kept going around in circles until a huge tidal wave came and washed your boat ashore on this island that you had no idea about. It wasn't on any of the maps that you had with you. But when you got off the boat, you were in awe and in shock, because the island was the most beautiful thing you'd ever seen. And it looked quite familiar to you because you'd seen it in your dreams. It was kind of something or a place that you had manifested, or that you normally go to when you're in your safe space, or, somewhere that you imagine being totally at peace. And on that island, there was abundance of food. There were amazing, kind people. Just life there just seemed ideal. And I mean, even on that island, you seemed to find somebody, to get cozy with. And it seemed too good to be true. And you kept pinching yourself. And from there, the vision faded. Now, what I get from that is, you have probably been manifesting something, Cancer, throughout this month, and it's either come to you or it is coming to you, and you will either be in a total state of disbelief, to the point that you may be in denial about it and not know what to do about it, and maybe even feel like you don't deserve it. Yeah. And then the second thing that came up after that was this visual of a baby elephant. I think they're tied together because it followed straight after. There was a visual of a baby elephant that was tied with a rope to a tree. And no matter what it did, it couldn't leave the tree until its master untied the rope. Now, this baby elephant grew up knowing that whenever the master tied the rope, it could never leave the tree. Even if it wanted to go, frolicking around in the sun or go play in the water, puddle around, it couldn't move. Now, this happened until the elephant was full grown. You guys know how huge elephants are. Now, that elephant could still not move despite its size. And it wasn't because it didn't, it wasn't because it wasn't because of it not trying. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it didn't try to break free of the rope. So what I get from that is that, maybe your sense of self-worth is tied to that when you were a child, you had certain restrictions, or you were told that you can't do this, you can't be this. Who are you to think you deserve this, and you carried those certain beliefs and insecurities about yourself to your adulthood, yet you are strong enough to break free of the rope. You are strong enough, you are in a position to have your own beliefs, to make your own choices. Yeah, and that's what I have for you from my meditative session. Which is quite interesting because Gemini is also going through kind of the same energies with, Venus is currently retrograde in Gemini. It moved into Gemini in April on the 3rd. So a lot of us are, when when a planet goes retrograde, it forces a lot of us to go deep within. And do some soul searching regarding what that planet rules. Now, because Venus rules love, it's really forcing us to go within and ask ourselves, how do we feel about ourselves? Do we truly love ourselves? What is the state of our self-worth, our self-esteem? How do we love others, and how do we accept love? Because you only accept the love that you think you deserve. So with that said, let's get into your oracle messages. Okay, so Divine Creator, Archangels Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel, Sandalphon, Michael, and Metatron. What messages do we have for my Cancers? My Cancers. Let's see what oracle messages. Alright. Wow. So out came money trees. Money trees. So you're probably, coming into some money soon. Yeah. That's dope. Money trees. Let me get 2 more cards for Cancer. Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, and Jupiter. We have stay woke, niggas sleeping. Hey, stay woke. Okay, so you are probably, that whole imagery of you being in a boat going around in circles. You're probably being taken around for a ride. That could be by anyone. It could be by your friends, by your family, by the society you live in. So, the divine is urging you to stay woke. Stay in what you know to be true from sources that you feel that ring true to you. Okay, let's get one more card for the Cancer. So Cancer. Alrighty. Inner child. So this is what I was talking about with the story of the elephant being tied down, with the rope, and growing older and still feeling like it was tied down. Now, you see, with all these coming together, like the money trees and inner child, probably, part of those messages that you were being constantly told, when you were younger is, oh, maybe you want to be a painter, or you want to appreciated as much as they should be. So there's certain professions, even with me, with yoga and what I'm doing right now, it's not an accepted profession. So I think these two come in for you to really think about what were the limitations that were given to you when you were younger. Stay woke. Stay woke. This is amazing. So we're going to go into tarot to get more insight about these cards. Okay, so Divine Creator. Wow, I didn't even ask and they threw up. Let me just shuffle again. Tell us more about money trees. Tell us more about money trees. Okay. Wow. So we have the devil. So, I mean, this could mean many things. Either you have Capricorn in your chart, or you may be dealing with somebody who does have Capricorn in their chart. You may be dealing with people who are, tempting you, or you may be tempted to spend money on the wrong things at this time. You may be tempted a lot by, all that glitters that isn't really gold. So what I'm getting from the divine right now, Cancer, is that in order for your money trees to grow, you need to put your money in the right place. Invest it with the right people, Stay away from, spending it, especially at this time, spending it on unnecessary drugs and alcohol, because with the devil coming in, it indicates an excessive use of drugs and alcohol. Or any type of addiction. This could be also you're probably addicted to sex, and you're using your money to do that. So you need to really evaluate, where are you letting temptation guide you off kilter? You need to save your money. Stay woke. Let's see what this is about. Give us a card to describe what Cancer needs to know to stay woke. Okay. So we have the Fool card. So the Fool card is Aries energy. For me as a reader, it's also Aquarius energy. This is basically, going with the message, stay woke. Don't be afraid to take a risk, to form your own belief patterns, to go down the road less traveled, Try new things. Break away from people's opinions of how you should live your life or how you should make your decisions in life. Stay woke, take risks, Don't be afraid to, form your own path and make your own adventure, This is such a great time for you to realign your purpose to what fits to you. Alright, inner child. Let's look at inner child. Divine. Wow, okay, so 2 cards popped out. I'll just take them. So we have the 6 of Wands. Ooh. And we have the 5 of Swords. So this is exactly what I was saying in the beginning. 5 of Swords is, it means many things. So 5 of Swords means winning at all costs. It could mean having unbridled ambition. But what I'm getting from this in terms of inner child wounding is that there was probably a lot of trauma-based of how people communicated with you. Either you went through a lot of bullying, there were a lot of people gossiping about you, or you were in a certain environment where gossip was prevalent, where people did not use their words in loving ways. They used their words to harm you. They use their words to kind of have victory over you, to kind of have power over you. Um, and even sometimes lack of words to have power over you. So with this inner child, I'm getting that the lesson that is being highlighted here, or what you need to focus on in the month of April, is really healing how you communicate with others, and how you project. So learning to go deep within and to heal what you feel wasn't healed, or you probably have no idea. Most of the time when we go through trauma, and you've heard this thing, hurt people, hurt people, hurt people. Sometimes you don't even know that you're hurting other people. You think that you're completely on the right, because having grown up in a background where it was okay to talk badly about people, it was okay to use your words to have power over people, when you grow up you do not see the significance of how it hurts other people. So you're being led to kind of grow out of this and see how sometimes your words, you end up using your words to one up other people in situations where you may feel insecure, or just in situations where you may feel bullied, so you may end up being a bully instead. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. You may also be dealing, or have been dealing, with Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, or an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, or you may have this in your chart as well. So Cancer, I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope you were able to take out at least, some things that could elevate and help you live a much more fulfilled life, because this is what Om Prana is all about. I send you so much love and so much light, and like, subscribe, and comment on this video, and I will see you for your next energy reading in